Hey, Leslie. Hey, ADHD. One of y'all didn't hit the like button. There it go. We'll get started in a few minutes. Let a few people get on in here. It coming in slow, even though I schedule it. ADHD, did you get a notification that I said I was gonna come on at 8:30, or you just saw me coming on? Let me know. Okay, yes to which one? Did you see me schedule it, or did you just come on? Which one? Let me know. I don't know why my eye be closed and then when I don't have no glasses on, it be open. Open up. Open, open, open. Okay, you got a notification. Cause I scheduled it and I don't know if it went out. I've seen a couple of my videos go out that is on the, I guess the more likes you get and the more you get out there, I've seen them. So I don't know. Everybody coming in, can you go ahead and hit the like button? I am Classy Lady. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, coming over, just viewing me, if you don't mind, could you consider subscribing to my channel? I have some good topics. I have several lives and also shorts that are out there. So hit the like button. And if you are watching me on a replay, you may want to go ahead and skip to the 5-minute mark, because the first couple of minutes, first 5 minutes, I normally acknowledge my chat and just chit chat for a minute. So you can go ahead and advance if you're viewing me on a replay. And I would like if you hit the like button and subscribe. I am a new content creator. Today makes 7 weeks that I have been on YouTube, and I'm trying to get out there, trying to get to that first 1,000 watch hours. First of all, that's the first milestone. My second milestone, I would like to try and get 500 subscribers. It's not as easy as people think to get those hours and to get the subscribers. You really have to push. And I normally come on one time a day. I started to come on earlier to do a short, but I couldn't think of anything to do a short about. So I am here now. So let me finish acknowledging the people that are here. I hope everybody's hit the like button before you forget. So I want to say hello. Thank you, Leslie Cole, ADHD. Y'all were the first two. Hey, Trina, how you doing? Glad you're over. And I got a few people in the bushes. And but it time flew, but then I don't know. Then it don't seem like it's going fast. Not that I'm rushing it. But as you start getting numbers and things of that nature, you get excited. And I'm getting closer to the 1,000 watch hours. That's my first mark. Hey, Bama, we got a baby yet? Oh, no baby. Okay. Okay, I told you Friday. Friday the 13th. 13 is a good number. I was born on that day. Hey, Marilyn, how you doing? Welcome over. So I'm going to get started. First of all, I want to say, can y'all see that? Happy birthday to the queen of the sector in which I am a branch from, which is Miss Rosalind Nicole Knight, chopping it up with Roz, And that's what we started out as. That's what she started out as. That's what I know 5 years ago for her to start out as chopping it up with Roz, which a lot of y'all know that. Last year we made a decision to she wanted to change the name to get a different outlook. So we came up with Maxing and Relaxing with Roz and the Squad. I may be saying it wrong, but that's what it is. Hey Gloria, how you doing? So I put in a description. I don't know if y'all saw it, but today is her birthday, and I want to acknowledge her today as the queen she is. We all love her. We all miss her, and we can't wait till you come back. We're not rushing you, but we can't wait till you come back to fired up. Whatever we gonna talk about, I don't care what we talk about. We just want to see you back, and we wishing you well. So, with that being said, in the description, I put our Cash App up, which is the $ Ros ROS capital STACKS RosStacks. That is her Cash App. Anybody want to Cash App her for her birthday? Please feel free to do so. Today is her birthday, and we sending her well wishes. So that is her Cash App. Again, $ capital ROS capital STACKS RosStacks. And we want to say birthday, Roz. Happy birthday. Let me go back and make sure I acknowledge anybody that just came in. What, ADHD, you said I scared you? uh, Gloria. I'm sorry, ADHD. I should have said, like Belma said, I said hit it. That's what I should have said, was hit it. So yesterday we were talking about being mad or something like that, and I said today I was gonna come back and say, why are you so angry? Why are you mad? Are you big mad? Are you little mad? Why are you mad? Why are you angry? Do you even know? Do you even know? You angry. You want to argue. Like Ply say, you want to argue. Are you little mad or are you big mad? So I was just I looked up something that said anger, and I made up my own definition of anger. I said, why are you so angry? I said, is your attitude. N is your negativity. G is because you're normally guilty about something. E is because you're envious of somebody. R is because you're enraged or you are revengeful. That's what I said when I say anger. When somebody is angry, you don't have no reason to be mad. You should be happy. You should love everybody. You should be happy all the time, even if you ain't act like you're happy. So anger is a strong feeling of displeasure, arrogance, hostility that prepares the body for an arousal, some kind of arousal. Sometimes it's sick, sometimes it's hateful arousal. That increases your heart rate. It gets your adrenaline going. When you get mad at somebody, you get your adrenaline get to going, and you start thinking of all kind of things. You get into road rage and things of that nature. It manifests from anything that intends into rage. So we know rage and all of that makes you, just get out of your mind, out of body experience and things of that nature. So I don't know why, somebody get so mad and so angry. Um, Anger is an expression that can be shown through yelling, physical action, where you going fight to from flight to fight. You you get ticked off in a minute about rage. You get irritated about something, and then it intensifies. So in from all of that, it results into physical activity, and the body goes from fight to flight. And sometimes you can control it, and sometimes you can't. Sometimes people don't know how to turn it off, let it go. Especially you're driving and somebody cut you off. First thing they get you, it makes your heart get to going beating real fast because you could have had an accident. Or what if you didn't really see them? Or they cut you off and then you get mad. And so there you go. Then they speed off and it pisses you off more because they didn't took off and you mad. And some people don't know how to just woosah, take a deep breath and say, let that food go. Because a lot of times that's what I do. I be like, let that food go. Maybe they rushing for some kind of emergency and they trying to get over there. Maybe they trying to get in that fast lane so they can put the flashes on, but they never do. It's just somebody that, don't want to wait in the traffic and figure they can get faster than, go faster than you and cut you off. So, like I said, a lot of times I just woosah and just, Lord fix it. Because the first thing when somebody cuts you off, your heart get the racing. Or if somebody looks like they getting ready to run into you, the first thing your adrenaline get to going and you just get all discombobulated. Um, the other thing that kind of make you mad and get you in a rage, which is road rage, is and this gets me too. I'm trying to drive the right way, trying to do the right thing, and somebody don't want to let me over. You put your signal light on, and they're not courtesy enough to let you over, or they see you trying to get over and they speed up. So therefore you get back in your lane if you can, because you don't want to have an accident. But some people just don't care. You could be in traffic, and that's a lot of time what it happen when you trying to get over, get in another lane. You put your signal light on, they don't let you over. Or you in a lane and you see the traffic is slowing up, but the other two lanes are going a little bit faster, so you put your signal light on so you can get over, and you can look back two cars back and here they didn't shot out, or the car behind you didn't shot over, and they know you trying to get over. So sometimes, I say, okay, y'all want to play this game, I turn my signal light off, turn it off, and then when I see that it's clear, I'll put it on and get over. I can't just, my car, and I don't know if y'all cars like that, but my SUV, if I get over without putting my signal light on, my steering wheel, the whole car feel like it shakes. It has a I don't know what they call it, but it's like a lane change vibration system. And that's the same thing is if I'm driving and I go over toward the left to the dots in the road, or I'm leaving my lane, I can see in my dashboard I have the two lanes in the car, and it shows me that I'm out of my lane, that something is going on. But I can't just get over now, especially if it's those little dots in the road. My car won't just let me just get. I mean, I can get over, but I can feel it's like my car is pulling back, that you're going over the lane. But if I put my signal light on, I don't have a problem. But if I'm going over and I don't have my signal light on, and it senses that I'm getting over into another lane, it will like pull toward the opposite direction, and it'll shake. So I don't know if y'all do that. I don't know. I'm just saying this, and I ain't calling your name out. But person was driving somebody else's car, and I don't know if they went over the line or whatever, but it told them they needed to take a break. I haven't seen that yet in my car, so I don't guess I have that feature. So I guess different cars have different features. But um yeah, so I can't just dash over into somebody's lane, which I can, but when it start to shake, it kind of scares you, and then you're not getting over as quick. So yeah, that's another thing that make you angry. I know make me angry. Or I let somebody over, they trying to get over, we in traffic or something, or they we're not supposed to block driveways of interest ways, interest ramps and stuff of businesses and things of that nature. So I always try to stop and not block, the driveway up. So when somebody get in front of you, or if it's a little space and they coming out, they don't say thank you. That kind of perturbs me a little. I ain't gonna say I get angry, but it kind of makes me mad. Maybe mad and angry is the same thing. Well, if it is, then I guess I'd be angry. It's just common courtesy if you let somebody in, or you're sitting in traffic and you let somebody in front of you and they don't even wave their hand to say thank you, or tap their brakes. If you're going at a certain speed, tap your brakes and say thank you or something like that. People don't even do that. I've seen even 18-wheelers. I've let them over, and then they'll like tap their brakes, tap their brake, and where it'll blink to let you know. That's a signal saying thank you. If y'all didn't know that, I'm just giving y'all a little tea. That's a way of saying thank you. If you tap your brake, if somebody let you over, that's saying thank you. That's being courteous. That's just like when you riding behind somebody and they're not supposed to be in the fast lane. Well, I used to would do that. Put my flat. People put their bright lights and stuff on people, and I don't do that anymore, because reason being, law enforcement rides in that fast lane too, which none of us supposed to be in that lane unless you passing somebody. But we all know that some of us, including me myself, when I get on the freeway and I'm booking it, especially on Sunday when I'm going to church, left lane is my lane. Um, and I'm hauling ass. Why am I rushing? I well, I'm never late. I'm never late. But law enforcement rides those lanes too. So a little story. One time in the town that my parents are from. Gotta get up early in the morning. Okay, Trina, good night. Have a good one. Hey, Jacqueline, how you doing? Them children be knowing when them babies gonna be born, huh? They be having them feelings. So, in the small town, um, it had a man, and he was riding um in the lane, like say like in the fast lane or whatever, and I guess the car behind him um wanted him to get over, whatever. He riding in the car with his girlfriend or whatever. He's showing off or whatever. So he flashing his lights, put his bright lights and honking and all that. And so the car in front never did move over. So the car went around him, and once he went around him, he took and he flashed his badge at the car. Well, in turn, the car was in an unmarked car, and turned around and got behind him and pulled him over. And when he pulled him over, um, of course, the one in the front that showed his badge got out being a hothead. Well, when he got out being a hothead, he was the regular police department, and he was being a hothead, and it was a sergeant of a state trooper. So he got a good telling off, and whatever. for flashing his lights and for flashing his lights, headlights, and then showing his badge as into you get over and get out the lane. So when he got over and the other one got over and got behind him and had put them lights on him, and they got out. And when they got out, the one that he was flashing them lights at, he was superior to the regular local sheriff's department. It was the state police. So needless to say, he got turned in, by the state trooper and whatever, and he got in trouble. That's you being angry and showing off in front of your girlfriend, y'all riding and stuff. So when I heard that, and then I also know that undercovers and stuff be riding in the fast lane and stuff, and they come up on you and you don't know, and if you just riding in that lane, I've seen them put the lights on somebody and make them get over, and they didn't think it was an undercover, but it was. So people get angry and want to ride in that fast lane for no reason. You get mad for no reason. Why? You get mad at your relative. You want to hold that anger and harbor that in you, and anger leads to holding a grudge. And you're holding a grudge for what? Or you get mad at somebody, and you might be mad at them for a whole week, a whole 2 weeks, and come to find out, you go around them again, and they like, hey, how you doing? And you grumbling and mumbling and stuff. But in reality, they don't know what you mad about. And here you done harbored all those feelings. You done been mad and held all that in, and them people then went on about their business, and you still up there being mad about something. And they don't know what you're even being mad about. Make you wanna get so heavy. Yes, please, babe. I'm sorry. I keep hitting the button and then hit it again. Sorry, ADHD. I know you got your headphones on. I know you got your headphones on. Sorry about that. You playing your game. So, yeah. So you mad at somebody. You're angry at somebody, and for what reason? If you have anger issues, you need to go and get some help about that. There are counselors and people you can talk to, and maybe you're supposed to be on some type of medication. I don't know. Sometimes I didn't do that on purpose. I didn't do that on purpose. I'm sorry. I truly am. I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to do something else. But, things, human nature don't let you do what you need to do or what you're trying to do. It just do what it wants to do. So, you just tend to go with it. Yeah. So you just tend to go with it. That's all I can tell you. Yeah. I'm trying to stop this. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So false human error. That's what that is. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know why people do the things that they do. These like I said, if you in the sector or you in the area and you've been following the story time of what I've been talking about the the prosecutor, and I can't think of that name. I call that lady. I don't know. I'll just say 85. I call it 85. 85. Then we have one Miss Rich Bit. She rich. I don't know. Pretty much know the other one. And then the other one, I don't really watch him, but if he was over here, he'd probably call me a grapefruit head or applesauce head, or I don't know. I don't know where he get it from. He too old to be talking like that. He too old. Gingerbread head and banana pudding head and just and he claimed he's selling cool cups. We used to call them Dixie cups. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Cool cups, them little frozen cups that you make with Kool-Aid and you freeze them, and then you take it, punch the bottom and turn it, flip it over, and that's where all the sugar is at the bottom. So you either, if you got teeth hard enough to bite it, you bite it. If not, we used to take a spoon and just scrape it and just eat the ice or whatever. But so he sell cool cups. Uh, I don't know nobody damn near 60 selling cool cups. I just don't know. And then especially at 11 and 12 o'clock at night. Ain't no grown up sending no child around the corner or around to somebody else's house or apartment to buy a cool cup. Yeah, it bring back memories. That was when I was growing up. That, like I said, my auntie used to give us that when me and my cousin used to fight. We used to fight. Well, we used to wrestle. We used to call ourselves wrestling, and we was in a wrestling match. And back then, it may have been fake, but it is not. It wasn't as fake as it is now, or we couldn't tell it. So that was something she would do. Tell us to go get us a Dixie cup and stop all that what we were doing. Because when my cousin would ring the bell, I don't know why that was something that we got angry, and it's like we coming out a corner, and when the bell ring, it's like it was like we were hypnotized to that bell, and we would come out fighting, just wrestling like we two little boys, but we two girls, and we loved each other. We still love each other. We talk to each other every night. We shop every night on the phone, saying what we buying and whatever. She ordering stuff, and she tell me what's on sale. She tell me to go look at such and such, and she be ordering, and I put my stuff in the basket and I leave it there. But when we were growing up, oh yeah, we went at it. We were tighter than 10 toes in a sock, but we went at it. We got that bell. When that bell would ring, ling a ling a ling ling, and it was a little kitchen bell that it was a little plaque, and it had some. It was supposed to be some positive saying on the little plaque, and then it had a little hook where the little bell was. And then my cousin, she was very missing. She's still missing to right now. The older cousin, her sister, she's still missing now. She would go get the bell when she wanted to see us fight, and she would ring the bell, and we could be playing with dolls or whatever. Them dolls went down, and there was something about that bell. We went at it. We locked in, and we were going, 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 going. And we never knew why we would do that, but it really wasn't a bell, because it was something in the family, because I had two other cousins. They were guys, and one was 2 years older than the other. And every time, they were two sisters' children, every time they got together, they lock in, it was a fight. It was a fight, and they would be hard down fight. Me and my cousin, we would wrestle. They would be hard down fighting, and it would be hard to pull them loose. It's like when they see each other, it's like had that rage in their eyes, and they just locked in, and there they went. There they went. Then it happened with their sisters. Same thing. When they would see each other, they would fight. So I don't know if it was a thing that went down the line, it was a family thing or what, but it was something about with them cousins close in age when we would lock in and we would go at it. Just be mad for no reason, just angry. And then after that, we would be fine. But if my cousin wanted to be messy, she would get that bell, and it was like we were hypnotized with that bell, just like it was on wrestling. And there we went fighting for no reason. No reason at all. We could be, like I said, playing with dolls, playing a game, and we went on. Hey, Mary, how you doing? Yeah, you could have said we could have been on Jerry Springer, but we wouldn't have known what we was on there for. Yeah, just like they be fighting on there, and they be fighting over the baby dad and stuff. We were too young. What we was gonna do? Fight over to see who had the prettiest doll? I don't know. Cause that's what we were doing. We were girly girls. We wasn't no tomboys and all of that stuff, climbing out of trees and stuff of that nature. Well, in Louisiana, them trees wasn't no little trees with the little limbs on it anyway. Those were big, them big trees and stuff. And then if they were not, they were not like on my aunt's property and my grandparents' property. They wasn't, close by. And then the trees that were, they were pecan trees. And you better not climb up in mama and papa pecan tree and mess them branches up where them pecans couldn't get them pecans off the ground, pick them pecans, and then my grandmother and them would crack them open and clean them, and they made, they would use it for cakes, and then pecan candy, which we call pecan candy. Everybody call it praline. I guess that's the cute version, pralines, but we called it pecan candy. So we better not get up there or mess with them trees, them branches, and break them limbs off the pecan trees, and them pecans didn't grow. You talking about that would have been that would now that would have made her angry. That would have made her mad for us to be destructive and do something like that. But no, we didn't. We were not like that. And sisters and brothers get angry with each other for no reason, borrowing money. That's another stuff that make people stop talking and make somebody get angry and want to fight, get in that rage and want to fight. You borrow some money from somebody, and then here you go, you didn't borrow money from them, then you may come and get a new car. But here you done borrowed $1,000 from them. You never paid them their $1,000 back. But then here you, next thing you know, you driving up in a new car. And they wondering where they money, where they money at. That's a fight. Oh, you was a pecan tree shaker? We had one in the backyard, and we would pick them if the squirrels didn't get them first. The squirrels and I guess the raccoons or whatever at night didn't get them. We would pick the pecans at our house for my mom and stuff, and get them where they could be cleaned and stuff, and used for the pecan candy, because that's what we use them for. But I was with fall. But no, we didn't have to do no shaking. The grown-ups would do that. Yeah, we didn't have it. Wasn't in the front yard. We had it in ours was in the back, and then our grandparents was in the back, like toward the corner, and that's where the pecans were. And if they wanted to give us something busy to do, they would send us out there to pick the pecans. But yeah, now you talking about, like I said, grandma would be mad, would be angry if we would have messed them branches up, call ourselves trying to get in them trees and stuff like that. But we were not tomboys, and my brother was the only grandson, so of course he was spoiled. Out of let me see, how many is it? Was it 7 of us? Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Seminella, Colette, me and Missy. 5. I'm missing somebody. Cassandra, Sheila, Seminetta, Colette, me and Missy. Out of 8 grandkids, 7 were girls and 1 was a boy. So my brother was, he was spoiled. Hey, kiss this ring. How you doing? Welcome over. What made you come up with that name? Kiss this ring. And what kind of ring is it? I see you got a ring up on the screen. What kind of ring is it? And what made you come up with the name? At this point, we just gonna chit chat. And ADHD, what made you come up with your name? Because you have an odd name. I know, Bama, why you came up with your name. And Leslie, you just have, I guess that's your name. That's the regular name. And Gloria, that's your name. and some of the others I have, have using your common name. I changed my name in the squad because it had too many. Let's see, Mary, you have a common name. Amber, blah blah. What made you say blah blah? Do you talk a lot, or you got that on there because people talk a lot? Yeah, I respond back to me. I know y'all can hear me. I choose my name. I've been having rocking with that name for a while. Classy lady. Okay. I didn't want to say that. ADHD. I didn't want to say that. That's why I let you tell your own story as to why your name was that. You used to. Mm, okay, you had Kid Screen, but you lost your page. Okay. So do you have a page now? And am I a member of your page? I think you still got a touch of an ADHD. You just don't want to let us know. It comes out sometime. But I didn't want to put you out there on Front Street. And Classy Lady, I came up with that name because I feel I carry myself with class. Well, I know I do because I'm particular, about things, and certain things I'm going to do and certain things I won't do. And like I said it before, that my family name, I never wanted to bring, put dirt. Not that I've done any dirt, but I take my name with a badge of honor. At least like my dad's name, I take that with a badge of honor, and my mom's maiden name as well. So I always said, I want to be a role model and do the right thing. And I've always done the right things, even though I caught whoopings growing up. I caught whoopings because I was lazy, not because I was a bad kid. Hey Sheila, how you doing? So I caught whoopings. That's why I caught whoopings. But uh, a person can call and stop here. The only thing that is out of order is my bedroom. Y'all can see in the background I got some shoe tubs back there. Those tubs are full of are filled with jewelry. Each one of those tubs, if y'all can see them, has jewelry in them. And when I went through what I went through last year, to make it easier on me, my brother brought them out the closet because they were like they are now, 3 stacks deep on top of the closet. And I used to would have to tiptoe to get the one that's at the top to bring it down. And I had like 4 rows because I think I have 18 of those, 18 of the shoe things, and then I have the real big tubs. And one has all the my silver jewelry in it. The other one has all my gold jewelry, and then I have another one that has my more expensive rhinestones in it. Then I have still 2 more in the closet with just a mixture of gold and silver earrings. I have a drawer full of bracelets. Um, I have one of those tall jewelry boxes. And of course, in the top, I have all my costume rings that I wear. So that's what I do when I dress up. I will take some pictures Saturday. You will see that I like to accessorize with what I'm wearing. So I love accessories. Oh, Eddie Murphy is the first one you heard with Kiss the Ring. Hey, Mousy, how you doing? I was just wondering, why this thing gotta do that? Oh, okay. That's what Mozzie Oak mean. I never knew that. I like camouflage too. I really do. I really love camouflage. I just don't have a lot of it. Well, I would have a lot, but some of it I can't wear no more. And so I haven't got rid of it because I have some shirts and the tights and stuff, and I had the knee pants and the, like two pieces and stuff. But I do have like a couple of dresses. And matter of fact, I didn't have on camouflage, but I was thinking about wearing an army green. I like the color. I like the color, the army green and the camouflage, and I'm starting to like the pink camouflage. So no, I didn't know that's where you got that from. That's unique. That's good to know. See how you can get to know somebody, and I was thinking that was your name, because I was gonna say it's a catchy name, but okay, I get that. Let's see. Oh, you make jewelry. Mary, I just got off the line with my cousin. She sells that paparazzi. I have a lot of it. I have a lot of it. And then I have some that I had before she started selling paparazzi. And when I go in the store, I will veer off to the jewelry section, quick, fast, and in a hurry. I go off and look at jewelry because I find odd things. You just never know where you find stuff. Even if I'm in a dollar store and they got a rack with jewelry, I'm gonna veer off and see what it is, because I bought 99-cent jewelry or dollar jewelry, but you can't tell that it was it cost that, because I get quality. When I buy stuff, I buy quality stuff, and it breaks my heart when I need to go through my things and straighten them up, because right now I can't close them, and they're just mashing each other. And I had to take my blue and the green jewelry, and I had to separate and make a different tub and put like those two colors together in another tub, and I still have the blue and the green. So I have a lot of jewelry, and like I said, I do change up. I change up purses. I have a lot of purses. I buy a lot of Brahman purses. I have a lot of Dooney and Burks. I have some Coach, and like I said, I have one old school Gucci. It's hanging on. I don't carry it much because it is a vintage, and I would like to take it into the Galleria to have it fixed, because that's what a Gucci store is. But I don't know. Our Galleria has been getting some negative things about it. It's been a lot of people getting robbed and stuff, because it's a lot of older white people and people with money. You got some blacks and other races that go to the Galleria and some of these fine stores like the Neiman's Marcus and the like Bloomingdale's. I don't think we have a Bloomingdale's, but the I can't think of some of the other ones, but these specialty stores, and they shop, and they're in the Galleria. And so all the big name brand stores, specialty stores like the Chanel's and all of that stuff, they have it there in the Galleria. So thieves tend to hang out there more. And being that I'm not as fast as I used to be when I was much younger, I just said, forget it. The only way I'll go is if I can park in the like valet, where I can park, get out, go in, and they get my car, whatever. But I don't want to walk all over the Galleria. Galleria is too big. That was when I was growing up in my 20s and early 30s, walking malls and stuff like that. That place is too big for me to be trying to walk now. I'd have to definitely be on a scooter, like an old woman riding through there. Now, if I was on a scooter, yeah. But just to say walk the Galleria, no. That's where we used to go ice skating at as kids and stuff. No, Gloria, that's too big, too much for me now. Shopping If I'm gonna go to a store, I like it now the way they're making. They're tearing down the old malls and making it where you can just get out your car and go into the store. I love that. You know, the days of the malls is history to me. Those young people can have it, cause like I say, these people, that's another thing to make me angry. You go in the mall and there ain't nothing but young people and teenagers, and they act like they don't have no home training when they're with their kids. If they do have home training, they forget, and then they get with they little friends, and they get to popping off at the mouth, being fast, being trying to be macho and stuff, and be disrespectful. And I would hate to hurt somebody's child because they didn't push me down, or they didn't push me, or something like that, because I that would make me angry. And especially they won't say excuse me, they think it's funny doing something like that. So the best thing for me to do is stay out some of them places. You pick and choose your battles and pick and choose your fights, and that's not a fight that I choose to do. I did have to go to the mall, about a month or so ago, a little bit over a month, to get a charm. I bought 2 charms at James Avery to go on my bracelet. And thank God, well, I had to go in Dillard's, but thank God when I went in Dillard's, they have like a little section for James Avery. I didn't have to go into the mall. Because if I had to go into the mall, my little coupon that I had to go to the store, I wouldn't have gone. I would have went to one of the freestanding stores, which they are putting more of the freestanding stores where I can, like I say, go in, do what I have to do, and come on out. No, that's stuff that makes me angry. Just disrespect for kids. Like they don't have no home training and stuff, and you have to watch them, driving, and in the school zone and stuff like that. Even though the school zone say 25, honey, I go 20, because they get the acting silly and stuff, and then they push one of them out in the street. They're walking on the sidewalk, you driving, and then they push one of them, and they go lose their balance, and that they go in the street in front of you, and then you ran over somebody's child. So even though when the school is in the school zone and the light is flashing for 25 miles an hour, I go 20. At least I think I can stop fast on 20 on the dime. My seatbelt may choke the hell out of me, but I'll be able to stop. So yeah. So yeah, I'm not with the disrespect for kids and stuff like that. Now, that's something that'll make me angry. That'll make me angry. I mean, I'll get over it, but at the moment, I'm mad. I'm real mad. I'm super mad. And then I'd have to do something to get over that, because, yeah, I didn't got mad about it. So, yeah. But on another note, today it was sad. I was looking at the news. I told you I watch the news all the time. 2 little girls, 2 and 3 years old, got drowned at their house. Well, I'm assume it was their house. If it wasn't their house, it was probably their grandparents' house. I'll catch it at 10 to get the full story. But no, it was their house, because I remember them saying the mother, they must have got out the house or whatever. And that's one thing about children. Children gravitate to water. Gravitate to water. So my suggestion to anybody is, if you keep little kids and you running water or something like that, or in the tub, or if you think that they can turn the water on, if they big enough to turn some water on. Hey Lisa, how you doing? I would probably keep my bathroom door closed. That would be one thing. I probably would keep my bathroom door closed at all times. Because children are drawn to water. That's a fact. Children are drawn to water. And those 2 little girls probably got out the house. Their mama probably was in there cleaning or doing something else. Or she could have been watching her soap opera. She could have been sitting down and thinking they in their room playing or whatever. And next thing you know, they done got outside. And got in the pool. Whether they fell in the pool or come on, one to tell other, come on, let's go play in the water, and they not thinking, not don't know no better, in the pool. The mama go to look for them, and I guess she saw the back door was open, and when she went out there, they in the pool, and the first thing they going down, they gonna be at the bottom, or they float to the top. Can you imagine that mom finding, if she was babysitting or both of those were her kids, they were 2 and 3 years old. 9 times out of 10, those were her kids. I'd be in cuckoo heaven right now. Cuckoo. Cuckoo. And what if that's the only two she had? Probably is. And who knows? Could be pregnant with another one. A lot of moms, have their children back to back so they can get them out of the way. So it was the grandmother that found them. So were they at the grandma's house or the mama's house? Whose house was the grandma keeping them? Whoever found them, that's a tragic thing. Especially if it was the grandma keeping them. Maybe grandma might be a live-in, or maybe they was at the grandma house. Like I said, I got to catch it at 10 to get the full story, but that was just so sad. When I turn on the news, and I love watching the news, I do. I know some people say it's depressing, but I like to see what's going on and going around in the town. One thing is, like, if I'm going somewhere, whatever, like I'm due to go to beauty shop Saturday morning, but it's supposed to be 80% chance of rain. The way my hair's set up, I've been sat in that chair. Well, all she do is curl my hair. I usually shampoo my hair and put a color in my hair. Oh, she just came from the store. Yeah, left the door open or told them to come in, and they went. She gone right and they went left. Just doing what they want to do. And you can't, little kids had a little minds of their own. But like they were saying that, if you can afford a pool in your backyard, you need to at least get they recommend a 4-foot fence. Yeah, see, mom and grandma, both of them now. Both of them sick. That's a hard pill to swallow. But they recommend you putting a 4-foot fence up around your pool, and then also you need to put a lock on there, because if you just got one of the little latch gates or something like that, and what if whoever went, the last person didn't lock the gate or something like that? You need to have a lock on it. 4-foot fence and a lock, because those little girls. Now, if they would have climbed over the fence, that was something else. It was, it was God called them home anyway. But that'd been something, one thing. But if you take the precautionary measures, then, that's just a freak accident, which that was a freak accident. And then, like they say, they recommend swim lessons. But sometimes you can do swim lessons, and them kids still go out there and play in that water, and anything can happen if you're not supervising them. They think, oh, I'm taking swim lessons, and they may not even finish the swim course and feel they know how to swim, and go out there and go and get in that water, and then something go happen to them. So it's just a sad situation all the way around. Okay, you live out that way? Yeah. That's something. How do you like that Katie Mills Mall out there? Y'all got a lot of stuff out there too. They put a lot of stores and stuff out there, so y'all don't have to come into Houston. Come closer into Houston. So they put a lot of stuff out there in Katy. Yeah, and that's what they do on the, I haven't been there in a long time. That's another one I'd need the scooter to ride. That was a big mall. It was big back then, and I used to walk malls from one end to the other. It wouldn't be nothing for me to get in the mall and park one way and say, "Oh, I need to go down this way." Well, now the store I need to go to is down this way. Walk that mall from one end to the other. It wasn't nothing for me to do that. And then, like I said, I worked in a mall. I worked in Deerbrook at Mervin's. So it wasn't nothing for me to walk Deerbrook. Deerbrook, it seemed like a tiny mall compared to Katie Mills. And it dang show is a preemie compared to the Galleria. All these other malls are preemies compared to the Galleria. So I know. But yeah, that was sad about the two little kids. And then yesterday I had touched on the lady that was murdered on the steps or in front of school. And I knew it was a domestic violence type thing. Why? See, he need to be in Texas where he can get the death penalty. But these days, the death penalty, they don't do nothing because they sit in prison for 20 years. They get another 20 years to visit their people or whatever. But I still wouldn't want to be on death row because you know that day would be coming. And then for that, then they got enough nerve to want to know what you. I don't think they feed them their favorite meal anymore. I know they used to. Yeah, they showed her today. I saw that today. I saw it on Facebook today. They showed her face. She was a pretty girl. But I knew it had to be some domestic violence type thing. I mean, why would he? And so it had to be the kid's school, and she probably dropped them off or whatever. Why would you do that there? Causing the school to shut down and the kids to be shipped to somewhere else up until the parents could get them from the other school. That's evil. Now he had to be plenty mad. He was big mad. He was angry. He was angry. Yeah, he was angry and out of his element. See, that's why I say people quick to be angry. Whether she was stepping out on him or she wasn't. Whatever the reason was, that still don't give you a right to take another person's life. Not like that was cold blood. I can see you talking about self-defense, something like that. But just to, I just, one year I sat on a jury trial, and I got picked for being too doggone honest. So they went down the road. They was asking us about what kind of punishment if somebody was on a murder trial and they did it or they didn't do it. If they was not found guilty, or if they was found guilty, they was on a murder charge. What do you think was fair punishment? And they wanted to know, what did you think? So one person next to me say, I think they should get, say 25 years. I said, they got to me. I said, well, I think they should get life. Take somebody's life, you get life. The lady next to me, she was older. She said, electrocute them. Everybody now kind of looked and kind of laughed. Us being the potential jurors, we laughed, we chuckled. And the judge had to turn their head and kind of chuckle too. Because she said, I'd electrocute them. She didn't say electrocute them. She said electrocute them. I say, Lord have mercy. She's a country bumpkin. She's from Louisiana because she had that accent. And that, then they went down to the next person and, they asked them their thing or whatever. So when they got ready to do actual jury selection for the trial, guess who got picked? The whole row of us. All of us got picked. Whether the prosecutors picked us or the defense team, all of us on that row got picked. I said, well, I'll be damned. I should have said something else. But all of us on that road, I said if they took a life, they should get a life. Why do you say that? I said I had a cousin that unalived his wife, and he was a prison guard, but he did it with an ashtray. He beat her with an ashtray because he thought she was cheating. Well, he knew she was cheating. I think she was cheating. And he beat her with an ashtray and unalived her. Because they asked me why do I think, and I told them, I gave them the scenario. And the lady, she had a reason, and everybody, they didn't ask everybody what they reason for the answer, but they did ask me, and they asked her, and they asked somebody else. I be damned, the whole row got picked. Hey, Ty, how you doing? Welcome over. Yeah, all of us got picked. I say, I'll be damned. And I told you we didn't get picked. You didn't get paid but $6.50 a day. Got paid $6.50 a day. Back then, the parking may have been $8.50. That was way back when. So we end up getting short every day. And then we had to bring a lunch or whatever. But once we got picked, then we had to, when it was time to break for lunch, we had to go together. And we'd go under the tunnel, and they had certain restaurants that they would bring the jurors to. You had to do a lot of walking. They would bring the jurors to, and we go to that restaurant to eat lunch. And it was nothing but people. I don't know if they bought that restaurant or what, but it was different jurors in there, and you would be with the bailiff, one or two bailiffs, and you would sit there and you eat. You could order, I think, up to $12 off the menu, which back then the food wasn't as high as it is now. So yeah, you could get a real good meal for $12, and including your drink and your dessert or whatever, but as long as you didn't go over the $12. And then you would go back to the courtroom and stuff. And after eating, and you sitting in those hard wooden chairs, you want to go to sleep. Lord, it was hard. You'd be bobbing your head, or one of the jurors would hit you or something like that for you to wake up or whatever. Or the judge would say something, and I know this is tiresome or this is boring, but I do need all the jurors to pay attention. They didn't call us out per se. They didn't say number 5, you need to wake up or whatever, but the judge would say something, to say that if they, thought we were asleep or something like that. But, yeah, whole row of us got picked. I was angry. The only good thing about it is I didn't have to go to work. But otherwise, getting paid $6.50 a day and parking $8.50. And then they ask you, do you want to donate your check? No, I don't want to donate my damn check. I want my check. Send me my $6.50. Because by the time the end of the week come, maybe I have be able to put a tank of gas in my car for each day. Maybe. But yeah, they want you. They would ask me, you donating? No, I'm not donating my money. No, give it to me. It's my money anyway, out of taxes that I'm paying. I ain't doing nothing but paying myself. Good thing I had a job that was where it was salaried, but I didn't have to worry about anything because my job took the court system and stuff serious, and we didn't have to, I didn't have to worry about it. But you just think some of the people had their own businesses and stuff like that, and they didn't get excused or paid from work or anything. They lost money. So I bet they was angry. What y'all think? I bet they was angry. Yeah. So yeah. But anyway, I did want to just come on early because I didn't want to come on too late. Again, the queen of this sector is Roz. Chopping it up with Roz, or maxing and relaxing with Roz and the squad. This is what this sector, and I branched off from. I branched out on my own, and I'm making my own way but I do say her name from time to time. And I'm pretty sure when she come back on, she'll shout my little teeny weeny itty bitty channel off. But like she always say, get it up, get it out the mud, cause she got hers out the mud, and so I'm getting mine out the mud, and several of us have gotten their stuff out the mud, and we getting it out the mud or whatever. That's her favorite phrase or whatever. But anyway, if y'all want to bless her for her birthday, today is her birthday. It is $ capital ROS capital STACKS, RosStacks. And you know, if you want to bless her for her birthday, then do so. Those of y'all who know her, some have already blessed her. Um, if some of y'all like her or like her content, what we're doing while she's out on a healing and recovering journey. We don't know what she's healing from. We don't know what she's recovering from. All we're doing is uh, watching her old videos to help with revenue every month. So we're watching some of her old videos. A lot of us miss her voice, miss her dog walking days. So we're doing it more and more. And so we're watching some of her old videos and things of that nature, so that it could count and help her with, help her with revenue. This is just something we're doing. You don't have to. You don't know her. That's fine. If you want to get to know her, because when she come back on, it's gonna be on and popping. Now, she may have a different outlook on things. The people that she was talking about before, they all fell out with one another, and she told them that they pockets are touching because they used her for content. I don't use Ross for content. Today, yes, I'm mentioning her name and I'm speaking of her because it's her birthday and I want to wish well wishes and things of that nature. But I don't use her as my content. I try to get my own content and get it out the mud, and think of topics and things that I can speak to y'all about. So, like I said, I'm trying to get to my first 1,000 watch hours. I did say that I was gonna have a drawing at that time. Um, I am gonna have a drawing. I don't know if I'm gonna have one or if I'm gonna have two or if I'm gonna have three. Uh, at least I want to do something that somebody at least can get some Starbucks. Y'all buy them that old high coffee and all of that kind of stuff, and maybe you can get a breakfast sandwich or something with it. I don't know. Or it may be enough to bless somebody with some lunch. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see once I hit that, get them first 1,000 hours, and I want to make sure I got different one of y'all on my. I'm gonna have to make another page. Yeah, I'll just put it on here. I see some people that I don't have their names wrote down, and if you drop down in my channel, I'll know who you are, and I'll be able to, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna pick the name out of something. So that's how that's gonna go. I just want to make sure. I might be writing people's name down twice, but that's okay. That's a good thing. And I hope if I do pull your name that you have Cash App, because that's how I'll be sending it. Yep, that's how I'll be sending it. So, I want to thank y'all, the ones that do come over here every day and support me. Some of y'all are in the bushes. Thank y'all for coming and being in the bushes. If y'all can make sure you hit the like button. Those of y'all that are the first time that you're visiting my channel in the bushes or in the chat, hope that y'all subscribe. Normally I come on at 9 o'clock. But this week I'm gonna try to come on at 8. I didn't come on today at 8 because, like I said, I was helping my cousin with her jewelry thing. I have, kind of like a little moderator on Facebook and stuff like that. Watching stuff to make sure she get people's order and their numbers and stuff like that. So I help her with that. So I gave her a cutoff at 8:30. So she still probably was going till 9 o'clock. So that's what I was doing tonight. But tomorrow is Thursday, and I'm gonna try to come on at 8 o'clock. I'm gonna try to do like I did today, put a notification out and put it in the sister circle as well. And I know everybody's not in the sister circle, but that's why I made it posted to my page. Hopefully it went out. And those who could share me out, I hope that you share me out. So with that being said, I'm Classy Lady. Thank y'all for coming over. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for supporting me. And I'm going to say good night to y'all. Again, if you want to bless Roz, chopping it up with Roz, or maxing and relaxing with Roz and the squad, you can. Her cash app is $ Roz, ROS, capital STACKS, RosStacks. That is her cash app. And so y'all can bless her with that. I'm sorry, ADHD. I'm sorry, ADHD. And that's my man Luther. We having a party. Hey, ex Granny. Hey, Sheila. Hey, Gabby Shomar. First time. Hey, welcome for the first time. We're going out with Luther, having a party. And today that's a fitting song because we're celebrating our sister, our queen of the sector, Rosalind. We call her Roz. Cash App, $ROS, capital STACKS. RosStacks is her cash app. Thank you, Mary. I'm glad you enjoyed. I try to find something to talk about each night, something that's different. I do have more content coming. Like I said, I don't want to put everything out right on the top, but um, after my first 1,000 watch hours, I think we're gonna step into another session or story time that'll get me to my hopefully 2,000 watch hours. So I'm gonna do it in, it's gonna be in segments. But I think the next phase, hopefully, my goal is to get to the second 2,000 watch hours and 500 or more subscribers. So I'm headed that way. But again, thank y'all for coming over. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the thumbs up button so that you'll know when I come on. And again, happy birthday, Roz. We love you. We can't wait till you come back. Take your time as you've been doing. And we all praying for you. We do miss you a lot. So again, her cash app is $ capital ROS, capital STACKS, RosStacks. If you want to bless her, please do so. She's been off for about 3 months off of here, so I'm pretty sure she can use it. Okay? Thank y'all. Angels on everybody's pillow, and I love y'all.